Council pursuant to Chapter 551, Title 5 of the Texas Government Code, the Texas Open Meetings Act, notice is hereby given that the City Commission of the City of Brownsville, Texas, in accordance with Article 5, Section 12 of the Charter of said city, will convene an executive session and a regular meeting on Tuesday, February 20th, 2018, at 5:40 p.m. and at 6 p.m. in the Commission chambers on the second floor of Brownsville City Hall, Old Federal Building, located at 1001 East Elizabeth Street, Brownsville, Cameron County, Texas. We will begin with the executive sessions. Executive Session A, Attorney Consultation pursuant to Section 551.071(1)A, Texas Government Code, to provide legal advice and counsel in connection with pending litigation styled and numbered John Williamson versus the City of Brownsville, case number 17-CV-00207, and related legal matters. Executive Session B, Attorney Consultation pursuant to Section 551.071(1)A, Texas Government Code, to provide legal advice and counsel in connection with pending litigation styled and numbered Sesha Varay versus the City of Brownsville, case number B-17-CV-0222, and related legal matters.
I'll make a motion, we go into executive session.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Good evening. We will now begin our regular meeting. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Let's pray. Father God, we thank you for the blessings of living in Brownsville, Texas. And Lord, tonight we lift up the families in Florida who were affected by the horrible tragedy there. We ask you to bring healing and comfort, bring protection and safety. Lord, we ask you to protect all of our children here as well. And Father God, we also ask you to finally bring us back to the place where we're not afraid to have you in our schools, where we're not afraid for our children to pray to you and have Bible reading again so that they can know that they have a hope and a future. Lord, we ask you to bring us together in unity around issues that matter. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Next, we have the mayor's activity update.
I have nothing except a grito and a char days. Wishing everybody a great char days and having a lot of fun. This is the time we work hard, guys, and we do a lot of great things in Brownsville. A lot of great things are happening. And so I want you, when you go downtown, make sure to take a look at the city market. It looks gorgeous. Our city manager has, we're installing some security. Some of the police fellows are going to be down there as well to make sure everybody's safe. And they'll be stationed around. So have a great time, enjoy yourselves, and that's my activity report.
Thank you. Next, we have Commissioner's activity update.
I don't have anything.
No.
Happy Charles Days.
Happy Charo Days to everyone. Please go out there and make some great, healthy memories with your friends and family. I'd also like to continue to encourage all of us to make 2018 our healthiest year yet and register to participate in the binational 10K, 5K run. This international run is hosted by the cities of both Brownsville and Matamoros and will take place at 8:30 in the morning on Saturday, March the 24th. Registration is only $10, and it is a very fun way to get some exercise, enjoy the outdoors, celebrate our binational heritage, and support the Telethon USA Foundations. All participants will receive a medal and a t-shirt. You can register online at telethonusa.org/BRUN. It'll be on the city website. For more information, please check the city website.
Okay. Proclamations.
Next, we have proclamation, Kids to Parks Day.
Commissioner Neese, is that you? Is anyone
Okay.
here?
We have-
Yes. Okay, so ready? Proclamation of the City of Brownsville, Commission.
Is there anyone here for that?
No
Is there
one's,
any-
no one's here to receive it.
Okay.
Do you want me to
Is
go
it a
to
park?
the?
Is the park, Damaris, or?
Marcia accepting it on behalf.
Guess what? You're getting a proclamation.
We'd love to have some kids in the picture.
Yeah.
There's-
I see some kids
up
in here. You want to
It's for
come up
you.
and accept?
Yeah.
That's right.
This is on your behalf.
All right,
All right, good.
come on up. Yeah.
I think they're football players.
Yeah, those are good-looking guys.
Okay.
You guys are on TV, so just know you're famous when you go back to school tomorrow.
Good for you
And
guys.
wave to everybody, wave to your schoolmates. You ready? Okay, a proclamation of the City Commission of Brownsville, Texas, designating May 19th, 2018 as Kids to Parks Day. Whereas the National Park Trust, established in 1983, is a land conservancy and environmental education nonprofit organization dedicated to preserving parks today and creating park stewards for tomorrow. The organization identifies key land acquisition projects that benefit national parks and connect kids to these unique, iconic places, because kids need parks and parks need kids. Whereas May 19, 2018 will mark the 8th annual Kids to Parks Day, organized and launched by the National Park Trust. Kids to Parks Day is held annually on the third Saturday of May to empower kids and encourage families to get outdoors and visit national parks. Whereas the City of Brownsville Parks and Recreation Department oversees 37 municipal parks, encompasses over 1,000 acres of parkland, 32 miles of hike and bike trails, 3 gymnasiums and pools, 50 buildings and structures, over 55 athletics fields, and 1 dog park. Whereas Parks provides an opportunity for children and their families to lead a more active lifestyle, the City of Brownsville's extensive trail system, overseen by the Parks Department, is one of many resources available to residents in the prevention of childhood obesity, diabetes, mellitus, hypertension, and hypercholesterolemia. And whereas Kids to Parks Day is open to all children and adults across the country to encourage a large and diverse group of participants, now therefore, we, the members of the City Commission of the City of Brownsville, Texas, by virtue of the authority vested by the charter of said city, and on behalf of all citizens, do hereby designate May 19th, 2018 as Kids to Parks Day, and further encourage all Brownsville residents to celebrate this day by visiting any of our beautiful parks located in our fair city. Done on this, the 20th day of February, 2018. Yeah, bravo!
Hi, bye, buddy. High five, high five.
Boy.
Sorry.
Here,
Hey guys, thank you for helping out, and thank you for using our parks and representing our parks and why they're important.
All right.
Guys.
Have a good time. That's great. Thank you, guys. Presentations?
And they're famous.
Next, we have presentation, Employee of the Month, Rene Tavares Jr., Customer Service Specialist 1.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Commissioners. Mr. Tavares is the Employee of the Month for the month of February of 2018, and he works for the Office of Emergency Management. Mr. Tavares was hired back in 2007 as part-time administrative specialist working for the Brownsville Public Library, and in 2009, he became a full-time employee. He applied and was hired by the Office of Emergency Management and Homeland Security as a customer service specialist for the 546 Sub Call Center in January of 2013. During his tenure as a city employee, he has become very knowledgeable with the daily operations of the 546 Sub Call Center. This customer service specialist position is responsible for answering phone calls and taking citizen complaints and concerns. Mr. Tavares is responsible when it comes to attendance, and he's always punctual and rarely takes unscheduled leave. He is self-motivated and works well under pressure, which makes him an asset to our department. His fellow coworkers turn to him when they have any questions or computer issues before voicing concerns to their supervisor. Mr. Tavares goes above and beyond when preparing for outreach events, emergency situations, and for our annual Hurricane Awareness Fair. Mr. Tavares has excelled on his own to learn the full potential of GovQA to benefit not only the 546 Help Call Center, but also other departments within the city. He is currently one of the employees who trains new staff in our department and other city employees on how to use GovQA. As Employee of the Month, Mr. Tavares receives a wristwatch, engraved plaque, lapel pin, and one paid day off of his choice, and he'll be featured on Brownsville TV and the City of Brownsville website. He also becomes eligible to be selected as Employee of the Year at our annual employee banquet in December of 2018.
Congratulations.
I would like to say how honored and appreciative I feel for receiving this award. I would like to thank our mayor, the city commission, and everyone else involved in making this decision. I'm especially grateful for my director, Ms. Ori Leal, and my supervisor, Jessica Lino, for nominating me for this award. I would like to thank them for trusting me and believing in me that I could manage our GovQA system. It's a privilege to work for the city of Brownsville and to be able to help our community through the call center. I look forward to many more years with the city. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
for all the
Renee.
tips.
Congratulations.
And thank you. Were those your children that came up for the picture?
Yes.
Thank you for
Yeah, all
loaning your
right.
children.
And thank you, Odie. Appreciate it.
Next, we have the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, South Texas Electric Car Competition 2018.
Good evening, Commissioners, Honorable Mayor. Tonight, I'd like to introduce Javier Garcia. He's with UTRGV. I'll let him talk about and do the whole presentation about this green car race. The airport's really excited to be sponsoring this by providing a venue for it to occur. So with that, I'll turn it over to him, let him say as much as he wants to about it.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for inviting us or allowing us to come out here and present a really neat program that we're working together with the City of Brownsville, but we're also working with several other people throughout. There is a video that I'd like for you to see. It'll explain more of our and I guess I'll use it. Oops. Okay, there you go.
Green Power is a STEM-based curriculum package that we're putting in schools across the U.S. As a part of that program, we have the F-24 kit cars you see here today. And the F-24 cars are what we run in our middle school, high school, and college age groups.
Our students will be racing, building and racing these cars. So as coaches, sponsors, we're learning how to put these together so that when we take them back to our schools, we know what we're talking about when the students start building the cars.
Okay, so what we're doing here with these teachers is a large majority of the teachers you see here today already have a Green Power kit in their schools. And so what we're trying to do is give them the training, the build training here, that when they go back to their students, that they can go through the same build with their students that are already having the hands-on experience that they're getting here today.
A couple of years ago, we were introduced to Green Power USA as an idea to consider doing an electric car competition. So after assessing and really looking through the program, we thought, why not? Let's do this for the Rio Grande Valley. It's something that goes out of what we've been doing out of the box and expands the learning that we have hoped to do with our program.
Well, it's exciting stuff, and actually what we have is we have a team of one of our teachers and staff that are going to learn how to continue this project. We started this project last semester, so the kids are ready to continue and be part of a bigger team of racing cars.
I would definitely advise all students, especially females, to go into the field and don't get intimidated. This is math and science, and that involves all of this, and even creating, and a lot of these things they're already doing it. So just to try, it's more hands-on, and they will like it definitely. So we looked around and approached the Brownsville Airport as one of our viable potential supporters, and they've been very receptive, and so we thought, we're gonna kick it off in Brownsville.
And so what we're expecting is between 30 and 35 participating teams, not only here from the valley, but as well as nationally as well. This race is already receiving national attention, national interest. And so we estimate anywhere from 500 to 600 students will be participating in that race.
So this program it started off in Huntsville, Alabama, at least in the United States. It started off in the UK back in the 1990s. And I have a quick PowerPoint here that I'd like to present you on more information regarding this. Okay, the purpose, of course, of Green Power USA is to link education, industry, and the community. Right now we have UTRGV, we have Huntsville City Schools, we have Utah State, which is, I've gone to see a couple of the races. In fact, I'm going again to Huntsville, Alabama in March to see one of the races to try to bring some of this back to Brownsville. We do have companies like Siemens, Sports Car Club of America. They provide a lot of the expertise with this. And we have other national organizations coming down to this event to help us in support. Of course, we are having Brownsville, South Padre Island Airport, and the city of Brownsville partner with us on this. Of course, the purpose of the project is to inspire engineering and engineering projects. And so it is the first in Texas. We are the first in Texas. There are other cities that are looking into this. I know Austin Energy is actually thinking of putting on a green power race themselves, and so they'll be coming down. It is a STEM-based curriculum that is science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and it is pretty much parallel to the national and standards for the students. The history, of course, in 1999, it started in the UK. This has become very big up there. Siemens is, of course, being their big sponsor out of the UK, but they decided to start it in the United States, and that's where Huntsville City Schools in Huntsville, Alabama, established the Green Power USA Foundation in 2014. 2015, they started having races in Alabama and Utah. Of course, the alliance that we get is great, especially with Sports Car Club of America. These are the people that do Indy races. They're the ones that monitor, they check, they scrutinize cars, they check for safety and all that, and so they're coming in as experts at no cost to us. So this is a really good experience for not just for the kids to meet these former race car drivers, because the majority of them are, but it also helps a lot with the partnerships that we're building, because Siemens wants to come down here. My thought is it'd be great to have these companies come down here and see such a welcoming city of Brownsville, which we all know. Of course, they are launching green power in China. There are, I think, Holland. Somewhere out in Europe, there's a few other countries that are actually starting up too. And they had their first international race in Huntsville, Alabama. I got to go to that one. We got to see some kids from China. There was about 3 different teams that came in, and you should have seen them working real hard at their cars, just putting them together and getting ready for the race day the following day. So we'd like to get that type of atmosphere down here. In 2017, Green Power, of course, it's driven by Sports Car Club of America. It was at the Indy track. They actually, last year, our kids, had they built their cars quick enough, they would have been able to go up and race up there in Indy. But they had a very large group. You could see the picture there of some of the kids that were up there. Then the largest event was in Huntsville, Alabama. They had 50-plus cars out there. I've got to see that firsthand. This year, we're trying to get about 30 different cars. And we also have, we did have that workshop, which is part of that video that you just saw. We had about 40-plus teachers come in. It's not just our local school districts that were here. We had McAllen here, we had Harlingen here. We're even including colleges and universities. So UTRGV has a Green Power car here in Brownsville, and they have one in Edinburgh. We have STC, we have TSC, we have Texas A&M Kingsville, Texas A&M International out of Laredo coming down for this race too. Again, target audience for our race on the 6th and 7th. We've got about 14 school districts, 13 high schools, 11 middle schools, and we have those institutions of higher education. Other teams are possible. We're trying to get the Huntsville City Schools to come and bring their cars, and also the ones from Utah to actually compete down here with our kids. So it is a two-day event. The first day, it's really the students doing their presentations. What we do is kids have to do a marketing plan. They have to do other things. So they have to touch up on some of the soft skills that you know, a real race car team would have to have. They go out and get their own sponsorships. You know, they get to put the logos of those different companies on their cars, just like on NASCAR and so on. So our goal is to try to get as many the kids to actually go out in the communities and build up on their cars. We also have a public showcase, and that's going to be from 4:30 to 6 o'clock on that Friday, and it's going to be open to the community. So you all can come by, families, kids, you know, they can all come into the area that we're going to have available through the airport, and then the next day the kids will be ready to race, and we'll have a parade. We'll have different things going on. Accomplishments, of course, we have that synergy amongst UTRGV and the sponsors and the community partners. We're also involving the middle school, high school, and even the college. So we're sort of setting up a pipeline of these kids getting educated in STEM. It allows students to design, create, and test their own car. I've been seeing some of these kids where they're using the Siemens software, which is provided for free. They're giving it to all the schools that are involved with Green Power. And it looks similar like that. They'll be building from there, and they'll be adding different components to their cars. They can modify the wheels, they can modify the body, and so on. We are going to have video presentations, in-person presentations. We're looking for judges. Anybody wants to serve as a judge, we can pull you in, and you can help us judge, and you'll be alongside with our sponsors from Siemens and Sports Car Club of America. We also have we're setting up a system where it's not just boys. You know, you think of engineering and it's only guys. Well, it's not just guys. I've seen some of these teams from Huntsville City Schools, and you know, we've seen some girls working in the car and even racing the car. We've had some boys doing the presentations. I mean, you know, it's been a really good program where we had a mixture of those talents. Visitors we may have, of course, from Green Power USA Foundation. They'll be coming down. Siemens, I've been talking to one of the assistant vice presidents from Siemens out of Dallas. He's probably bringing a team down here, help sponsor maybe dinner or something, things like that, but also provide judges and so on. Sports Car Club of America, they're providing the expertise. They're even providing the insurance. They're the ones that are going to help us get out there. They've already seen the actual course, and they've helped, monitor. They're going to help us monitor that throughout the race. Austin Energy, they're thinking of doing a Green Power race in the future. Their idea is that they're going to put, electric charge stations out throughout the city, for the electric cars, and so I think this pretty much fits pretty good for what they want to do, and so it's really good to see that Brownsville is going to be the first one in Texas, though, and we're proud of that. Of course, Huntsville City Schools, we may have some teams here, but we also have the experts that have put on races over there. They'll be coming down with us. And then we have Utah State is possibly coming out here. We've been working with the Brownsville Conventions and Visitors Bureau on bringing in, accommodations for these folks, and we hope to get a big group. There is one last video, and I'd like to show you that, and then I'll open up for any questions you would have. This is a promotional video that we've been able to design. We do have a couple of sponsors that we're adding. Of course, Brownsville, BCIC is one of our sponsors through a grant through the airport. We'll be adding them to our promotional video that we just got word that.
The University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, through its HISTECH program, is excited to host the very first Green Power USA South Texas Electric Car Competition in Texas on April 6th and 7th, 2018. The Brownsville South Padre Island International Airport will be the site for this competition that brings the excitement of motorsport to inspire middle and high school students to excel in science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM studies. Students, with the help of their teachers, are already building single-seat electric cars to prepare for this competition. More than 30 teams from middle schools, high schools, and colleges will have the opportunity to participate. UTRGV and its award-winning program, ESTEC, Hispanic Engineering, Science, and Technology Week, are a proud partner with Green Power USA Foundation and all the sponsors to bring the competition to the Rio Grande Valley.
And that pretty much the end of the presentation, but if you have questions, please, I'm here to
No,
answer.
Harvey, the only thing I'm going to suggest, you might want to reach out to PUB.
We had a meeting last week.
Good.
And so-
Yeah, because they all are interested. Unfortunately, our own Gail Bruzak lost her mom this past weekend, so John and Gail are up in New York. But I would definitely, because Austin Energy, we do a lot of work because they're both, owned by the city, so.
Right.
Reach out to them.
Okay.
I know that they're good.
We will, and I know we're going to be at Sombrero Fest. We're going to have a booth out there. We have our college students are decorating our car right now, a Charo Days theme, and so we'll be out there on Saturday. So if you want to come by our UTRGV booth, we'll have a Green Power car out there and posters.
Harvey, thank you for all you do. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
You said that the kids were going to be raising money to sponsor their car. Did I
Yes.
hear you correctly?
Most of the school districts, like BISD, has already provided funding for the car kit itself, just the shell of the car, just the frame and all the components to make it run. It's going to be up to the kids to start working on designing the body of the car. They want to be as aerodynamic, especially with these winds that are hitting us right now. That efficiency is going to go a long way. If they want to modify their tires, if they want to get a little bit more streamlined on the tires, if they want to get a better, steering wheel, because they're going to have to be out there an hour and a half. And so they do switch drivers, but, the more comfortable the kids are in there, the longer they're going to be out there.
So how much money would a team have to raise?
Some things can be donated. We've seen that before. I wouldn't see it going over, $300, $400, $500 if at all. It would be something. But then some of those teams really, when they want to go high tech, it starts costing a little bit more because they change the wheels, they change the tires, and all that. So
But they need sponsors still, right?
they're needing sponsors. We do have BISD. All the middle schools in BISD have their cars right now, and they're building them. We also have some high schools from throughout the valley. They're out there. They're hitting.
We might be
up
able to
as
help
well.
by posting it on our website, soliciting sponsors.
I can't even thank you enough for bringing this to the city of Brownsville and to our airport. This is such a prestigious event to know that you're involving all of our middle schools and our high schools in this, and the STEAM agenda is something that we have to be on. So I'm so grateful to you for bringing this.
Well, we're grateful to UTRGV because they're the ones that said, Javier, here, you have to do this. And I was like, okay, let's do it. But it's one of those things that the university.
We're very grateful to UTRGV for this.
We want to make sure that everyone knows that UTRGV is in Brownsville, and that we're doing some great things here in our city, and we're trying to bring in more people from outside. So
Y'all will be at Earth Fest too, I think, right?
we were at the Earth Fest last year, and we had 3 cars with San Benito, Santa Rosa, and La Feria. And in fact, they had a race this weekend, test driving their cars. They call it Murphy race because anything that can go wrong, might go wrong. And so they've been testing their cars out. And so we're waiting for the Brownsville schools to finish their cars, hopefully within the next month.
Really cool.
So, thank you very much.
Take care,
Thank you.
babes.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Letty.
Next, we have consent agenda items A through F.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, we have public hearings. Public hearing number 6, public hearing in action on resolution number 2018-021 of the City of Brownsville supporting a proposed affordable housing community known as Casitas Palo Alto, providing for city financial support and authorizing such other actions necessary or convenient to carry out this resolution.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, members of the Commission. For this resolution, the applicant advises of their intention to submit an application to the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs for the 2018 competitive 9% housing tax credits for Casitas Palo Alto. And through this resolution, the City of Brownsville confirms that it supports the development and construction of the proposed Casitas de Palo Alto, and further confirms to provide a fee waiver or in-kind contribution in the amount of at least $1,000. It also resolves to authorize Michael Lopez, interim city manager, to certify these resolutions to the Department of Housing and Community Affairs. If you can see up on the slide, we have a little bit more information about the project, which is located on Old Dallas Road. This is in very close proximity to our sports park. It's made up of 80 total affordable units, and the amenities are up on your screen. I will entertain any questions.
This is public hearings. Anybody here on this issue?
Motion to close public hearing?
Second.
Oh, did you want to say
Wait a
something?
minute, I think there's somebody, did
There
you want to
was?
speak?
Okay. There's a motion and a second to close public hearing. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion to approve?
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Okay, that's number 6. How about number 7?
Public hearing number 7, public hearing and action on resolution number 2018-022 of the City of Brownsville supporting a proposed affordable housing community known as Ponciera Garden Apartments, providing for city financial support and authorizing such other actions necessary or convenient to carry out this resolution.
For this resolution, we also have the intention to submit to the TDHCA for the allocation of the 2018 competitive 9% housing tax credits. The applicant requests the city for the support of this application and also for a contribution not to exceed $1,000. This housing community is located within the boundaries of a neighborhood revitalization strategy area and approved concerted revitalization plan by the City Commission of the City of Brownsville that was actually adopted on February 16th, 2016. This development site contributes more than any other concerted revitalization efforts for the city as embodied on the NRSA plan. And it authorizes Mr. Michael Lopez as well to certify this resolution to the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. Up on your screen, you can see the location of the Ponciera Gardens at Boca Chica, located more precisely at 341 Oak Street. It's made up of 150 units, and construction is set to begin in December of 2018.
Okay, it's also a public hearing. This is also a good project. Anyone here on this issue? Now I'll entertain a motion to close.
Motion to close?
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 8.
Public hearing number 8, public hearing and action on resolution number 2018-023 of the City of Brownsville supporting 2 proposed affordable housing communities known as Ovation Senior Living Apartments and Capella Apartments, providing for city financial support and authorizing such other action necessary or convenient to carry out this resolution.
For this resolution, Versa Development proposes to build 2 affordable rental housing units consisting of 320 housing tax credit. This rental housing is located within the City of Brownsville extraterritorial jurisdiction and are named Ovation Senior Living and Capella Apartments. This applicant has also advised that it intends to submit the application to the TDHCA for 2018 competitive 9% housing tax credits. The City of Brownsville confirms that it supports the development and construction of the proposed senior living and apartments as described above, and that formal action has been taken to put on record. It also resolves that we will support the application with an amount at least of $1,000, and it also resolves to authorize Mr. Michael Lopez to certify these resolutions to the Department of Housing and Community Affairs. Up on your screen, we have a little bit more information on Ovation Senior Living, which is located on Espiritu Santo Grand Share 14. It's comprised of 160 affordable units, and the construction completion is slated for 2020.
Okay, is anybody here on this issue? Besides Mr. Batzel, I think he indicated to me that there is another This developer has done one in San Benito.
He has done one in Almigo, one in San Benito, and one off Fresno.
Okay.
The last 5 years.
Okay. Anyone else? If not, I'll entertain a motion to close public hearing.
Motion to close public hearing?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Betzel. Item number 9.
Next, we have public hearing number 9, public hearing and action on resolution number 2018-026, affirming that the proposed development known as Ponciera Gardens at Boca Chica is consistent with the city of Brownsville's obligation to affirmatively further fair housing.
For this application, because the TDHCA allocation plan is really strict on how we present the information, for this one, they needed a separate resolution stating that it is, that the development is more than 20% housing tax credit units per the total households, and this certifies that you are still in support of their project. Also authorizing Mr. Lopez to certify this resolution to the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs.
Okay. Anyone here on this issue? It's just an additional requirement for that
Right,
particular
it's an
project.
additional
and
requirement for
They're
their
trying to get a grant.
Motion to close public hearing?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 10.
Public hearing number 10, public hearing and action on ordinance number 2018-1639, terminating the March 2013 tax abatement agreement with Tenasca Brownsville LLC.
Honorable Mayor, Commissioners, this is an ordinance bringing to you the termination agreement with Tenasca Brownsville. The value of the property has remained the same since 2013. Tenasca has asked that the city accept a termination agreement of said abatement. It can be entered into later on, but for now, they would like to terminate.
Okay. Sounds fair. Public hearing, anyone here on this issue? If not, I'll entertain a motion to close public hearing.
Motion to close public hearing?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Motion to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you.
Is there any public comment?
We did not receive any public comments.
Okay.
So we'll go on to the next
It must
agenda
be all the
items.
char days, huh?
Everybody's on sombrero face.
Item number 12.
Items for individual consideration. Action item number 12, consideration and action on resolution number 2018-020, supporting the submission of the grant application for the State Homeland Security Program Regular Projects, grant application number 360-4901 to the Office of the Governor.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor Martinez and Commissioners. My name is Esther Garza, and I am with the Office of Emergency Management, and I'm their emergency planner. At this time, the Office of Emergency Management is requesting your consent in moving forward in applying for the State Homeland Security Grant in the sum of $268,276.52 for equipment that will reduce our city's vulnerabilities to anti-terrorism and natural disasters. Such equipment includes light towers, message boards, a 6x10 trailer, chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear materials, drying rack for vapor protection suits, chemical leak control, copper grounding, robots, remotely pilot vehicles, hand tools, portable radios, including the accessories, biological batch sampling kits, colorimetric tape tube chips detectors, field card systems, and equipment evidence collections mobiles. The equipment being requested through this grant will allow the Office of Emergency Management to counteract our city's weaknesses, notify the public, and support with recovery and efforts in the event of a terrorism or natural disaster. Receiving the grant will add the capacity of equipment necessary to inform the public of emergencies and restore in the community. The city's budget does not provide for the purchase of the additional equipment to defend against the vulnerabilities. This State Homeland Security Grant does not require a match. The Brownsville Office of Emergency Management is committed to keeping its citizens safe and providing equipment for the first responders to assist in the circumstances resulting from terrorism and natural disasters.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Next, we have action item number 13, consideration and action on resolution number 2018-019, supporting submission of grant application number 358-2801 for the 2018 State Homeland Security Program Law Enforcement Terrorism Prevention Activities through the Office of the Governor.
Honorable Mayor, City Commissioners, I'm here for consideration and action for approval for Resolution 2018-019. This grant is for the Homeland Security. It's in regards to equipment for our tactical team. There's no required match. It's part of the requirement to submit for the grant. And the total for the equipment would be $131,118.73. This would be the first step in moving forward with the grant submittal. We request, and humbly request your approval to proceed forward.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item number 14.
Action item number 14, consideration and action on resolution number 2018-025, supporting submission of grant application number 360-5701 for the 2018 State Homeland Security Program Law Enforcement Terrorism Prevention Activities through the Office of the Governor.
Honorable Mayor, City Commissioners, again, this is another one in regards to consideration and action for approval of Resolution 2018-025. This particular grant will go forward for equipment for our bomb squad, which will in effect provide us the ability to make the public safer. There's no required match. The total would be $172,000. We humbly request your approval to proceed forward with the grant process.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Action item number 15, consideration and action on resolution number 2018-024, supporting the creation of the Brownsville Comprehensive Housing Plan.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Commissioners. I am here today requesting your support for the creation of a comprehensive housing plan for Brownsville. Quality and affordable housing is critical for the well-being of our community. Population growth, employment opportunities, and housing market conditions necessitate comprehensive housing strategies that reflect all income levels and demographics. As a Promise Zone finalist, the HUD San Antonio Field Office reached out to us and has mentioned that they will assist the City of Brownsville as a partner community by providing technical assistance and also facilitating the technical assistance available through additional federal agencies. One of the initial steps in kickstarting the planning process is presenting a resolution before City Commission for your support and approval. This resolution delegates the tasks to the city manager or his/her designee and to work with the Housing Authority for the City of Brownsville to designate individuals to undertake the planning process. The plan will build upon community engagement and input, and the City of Brownsville and partnerships, including but not limited to the Housing Authority, the community housing development organizations, nonprofits, and private organizations, will undertake the planning process along with the guidance from HUD.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Next, we have action item number 16, consideration and action to purchase mobile air system in the amount of $110,834.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. Bringing to approval for mobile air station, which is primarily going to be funded through Community Development Block Grant, $90,000 of that, and $24,000 match to include our matching portion and all our shipping costs. This piece of equipment is pretty much going to assist us on filling air bottles for building fires, vehicle fires, hazardous materials, dive calls. Our current systems are becoming outdated and not as mobile. This will give us pretty much an endless supply of air at these fires and hazardous situations. And we really went for this because it's helping reduce a lot of firefighter cancer issues that have been brought forth nationwide, becoming one of the leading causes of death for firefighters. So we're requesting approval for the purchase of this equipment.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you, Sheldon. Item number 17.
Action item number 17, consideration and action to approve a contract for the recruitment services for the city attorney.
Mayor and Commissioners, as you know, we did have the mayor established a city attorney search committee. So at this time, we're going to approve, because we're using the same company that was recommended by the committee, that it'll go over the $35,000 threshold. So we're bringing it to you for approval to use the company. I believe it's the name of the company is the same one we use for the city manager search. So we're just moving to make sure it falls within the 35,000.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 18.
Action item number 18, consideration and action to approve a term contract for the palm trimming services for the city of Brownsville.
Honorable Mayor, City Commissioners, I have a procurement summary. The responsive and responsible qualified proposers to be awarded a term contract for palm trimming, peeling, and removal services. We have 3 companies at Brownsville. Nice Cuts Landscaping out of Brownsville, Texas, Valley White Tree Trimming out of Brownsville, and Roberto's Landscaping of Brownsville, Texas. For the stipulated prices, there's a price matrix as part of the agenda. This contract shall have the right and alternative to piggyback. That means that any department that wishes to have those services for any departments or, the Parks Department or Public Works, they can use this. This contract shall commence upon approval by City Commission and shall expire September 30th of 2019, with the option to extend for an additional 2 years if it's mutually acceptable to the vendor and the City of Brownsville.
So if we have more wins like today, we don't need this. Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.